Chapter 3, Mishnah 3. As we have seen in the previous Mishnah, a transfer of ownership is finalized when the person acquiring the item performs a kinyan, an act of taking ownership, with the intent of acquiring the item. The Mishnah teaches how this applies to the tithing requirement of Demai. We now turn to the words of the Mishnah. If a person found produce on the road and took it to eat it, and he then changed his mind and decided not to keep it for himself, but instead to put it in a sheltered spot on the side of the road for anyone to take, he may not put it in a sheltered spot until he tithes it. As soon as he lifted the produce with plans to eat it, it became his. When he later decides to leave the produce for others, he is discarding his own Demai produce. Therefore, as we learned in the previous Mishnah, he must tithe the produce first before discarding it. The law, if he did not intend to acquire the produce. But if he originally took the produce to protect it so that it should not be destroyed, and he never meant to take ownership of it, he is exempt from tithing it. Since he did not mean to take the produce for himself when he lifted it, it never became his, and he thus has no obligation to tithe it before discarding it. The Mishnah above, chapter 2, Mishnah 4, has taught that it is permitted for a person to sell a large quantity of Demai produce, but not a small quantity. The Mishnah now applies that law to a gift. Whatever a person is not permitted to sell if it is Demai, for example, a small quantity of Demai, which a person may not sell without tithing, he may not send as a gift to his friend if it is Demai. According to the opinion just mentioned, it is also prohibited to give Tevel as a gift. The next Tana disagrees regarding Tevel. Rabbi Yossi permits sending even a small amount of Tevel as a gift, as long as he lets the person who is receiving the gift know that the produce is untithed. However, Rabbi Yossi agrees with the Tana Kama that a person may not give a small amount of Demai as a gift, even if he tells the person receiving the gift that the produce is untithed.